for me, I work under the auspices that says content is king.
Yes. Yeah. I believe that too.
Everything that everyone knows in here is because of the content they consume.
True story.
Even AI lives on content.
True story. Even social media, without content, there's nothing without content.
In the academic space, you go to school to study content. You had a Galawa, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
But you would know the difference between sound ya boom shack,
yeah,
trumpis,
yeah,
mafikizo, bongo muffin, tebe. You understand? Or skido BOP. So you would know the difference. Ne?
Yeah.
And same we can say with Mdu. Mdu would produce Magapkap, Mdu himself, Mawilis, Mashamplan.
Yeah.
They would be different. But then what happened? Now computer music came. Now we started sounding the same.
Loops.
Hence you start hearing on my piano. It seems like it's the same. It's one song.
Hey, welcome to the Mino Black Podcast, MVP, and I'm your boy Morale, aka Mino Black, and today this episode is especially for the music lovers, people that want to get their music on radio. I have a special guest here. Goes by the name Kagiso Sebudi. Am I saying it right?
Yeah. Yeah, no. We beat the hand. You know, funny that you are trying to measure how you pronounce my name. I've always thought that you are Mino Black.
Yeah. It's Mino Black.
No, Mino Black. Get it up.
Yeah, I had to get it right. I was thinking Sebudi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't mean to offend you.
No, I understand it. Whatever makes it easy for you is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those that are discovering you for the first time, right? Who are you?
Okay. First of all, Dumelang, anybody's watching. Well, I'm a Christian to the core. Nonetheless, it's a Bloemfontein. Born and raised there.
Yeah.
And then grew from a single home parent, ne? But also I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay. Was it your dad that raised you or your mom?
My mother side. Though I knew my dad and an internal interaction, but from a distance, but I was more from my mother's side. And what more can I say about me?
What shaped you to go into what you do now?
Okay, funny, I wanted to be an auditor.
Yeah.
Ne? You know, there are those courses like, the adults that say, you're going to be an auditor. And I'm going to pursue this auditing thing, and it's fine. But on the side, back then, we were dancers. Why did this Soweto boys, Soweto's finest are doing it? Okay. That's what we used to do back then. And we used to do that back in Bloem. Yeah. And we did that with Twasa. And when he came, it was starting to jump on Jem Eli. Yeah. And we were doing the choreography on the side because he was also branching into music. And that was bubbling under while I was still doing this. So now the entertainment side was growing to some extent.
Yeah.
While I'm doing this auditing thing, up until I went to an audit project. Well, I think we were in Gen first. We were auditing some of the municipal things. Then we found, I can't be working with people. And people are so afraid of me, and they're like, no, I don't want it. I want a fun environment, So I'm like, okay, no, let's park this for a while, and we'll see this.
Yeah.
What? And then with the entertainment space, I was exposed to TV, I was exposed to radio, I was exposed to a lot of things, and I ended up as one of the producers for what was then Love Life thingy.
Yeah.
Love Life. Yeah.
I know Love Life gave me a bursary. To go to Vega.
Yeah.
Like back in the days.
Yeah.
Are they still around?
No. I don't know if they're still around.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a bit quiet now. I don't think I've seen them in a couple of years.
Okay, not to disturb you, but
your story and then that's when I started seeing content. I started seeing how the technical side works of radio, particularly in promos and.
So what do you do exactly in radio? Because you didn't say, I didn't introduce it properly.
Okay.
But you do work for one of the most prominent radio stations.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because it played my music a lot.
Yeah.
Lesedi FM.
Yeah. I'm a content producer, radio content producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put this. Lesedi is one of the biggest stations. No, it's the biggest Sotho speaking station globally.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, I'm a content producer for there, and I've produced shows that have won awards. best afternoon, best morning. These were like back-to-back years, you know.
Okay.
So I'm more into content. Though other things that I have learned feed into this whole thing that I'm doing now, from learning how innovation works, learning how, what is it? I've done leadership, I've done public speaking, I've learned, so that they all feed into what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Because now you are thinking from different pots just to make this one thing, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you compile your content in order for it to be engaging to the listener?
Okay, for me, I work under the auspices that says content is king.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe that too.
Everything that everyone
think-
knows in here
I
is
think
because of the content they consumed.
true story.
Even
True story.
AI lives on content.
True
For
story.
it
Even
to-
social media without content, there's nothing without
Yeah.
content.
In the academic space, you go to school to study content. You know, we grew up with this thing that says knowledge is power. Actually, for me, it has become valuable knowledge is power. Now there's so much information that is just useless. So now I'm focusing on, whenever I produce content, I must make sure that it's valuable content. That's the first
Okay.
thing. Number two, it's not just content that is valuable. It also must keep the values of our people, or the people that I'm trying to speak to. So I can't be telling kids, okay, guys, you need to go to school, but I'm using vulgar words while I'm pushing that message. You know, so my content must be valuable. Number one, must be entertaining to some element, like between me and you now.
Yeah.
Though we are talking, we've been talking that, okay, let your personality come out. You know, so how you speak and how you do things is what may actually sell what you're actually talking about. So sometimes you may be saying something that is very profound, but you are dull and it's not entertaining. It's like, chief, what's going on here? Or what?
Yeah.
So for me, I look at those things. I look at the value, I look at the entertainment element of it, you know, and then it must be something that I'm able to consume, even if I was not a radio producer myself. So that I would be listening to, I'll be able to say, okay, I got something from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also are part of the music committee. What does that entail?
You curate music. You know, the other day I was looking at the spin payments for music, right? So if I'm paying as a platform, I have to pay music to pay the artists that are on the platform, right? Then it means we must curate the quality of music that is here, so that the music that is here also attracts the people.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a win-win situation.
Okay.
I curate the music because you can't just be playing just about anything. You need to be playing good quality music, particularly within the I don't want to say, what is it? That little corner that you are trying to serve. If I say I have to preserve language, for argument's sake, I'm looking for that music that preserves language, music that is quality, that is relevant, that is entertaining.
That aligns with the brand.
Yes.
Lesedi FM
Yeah.
brand. Okay.
Yeah. So you look into those things.
So how many people are involved in? Because when you say committee, it sounds like
it's not just
12
one.
people.
Obviously, from a member of a committee, you can't say you have jurisdiction over the songs, because now, if you're in the committee, there's somebody who's a music manager.
Okay.
This one is hired to be a music manager of the whatever platform. No. So as the committee, you are just the support, because sometimes having multiple people, they see things differently. What you like, I may not necessarily like. But in the same vein, it doesn't mean that I don't like it. It doesn't cut it. I used to have this thing with Kanake. Gom was such a high tempo music for me, and I felt like, but what happened? Gom blew. You understand? Yeah, because now, if it was me alone, chances I wouldn't have given Gom a chance. But because people have different tastes, it's better to have a pool of people that are seeing things differently.
But isn't Gom like for radio? I mean, it's got its own unique sound, and it represents South Africa, and it's got vernac. They use a lot of Zulu in it. I think it should be a perfect fit naturally. But I mean, if it was submitted to you.
But now, Ribua in retrospective, but back then as it started, for me, because it was high tempo,
like the
I
sound.
wouldn't have. So hence for me, having a bigger pool of people to help you see things differently, you know, just because probably I like this particular genre of gospel doesn't mean I shouldn't be listening to clap and tap. You know, there's somebody who prefers clap and tap, and now I prefer this kind of joyous or something. So there's that element as well.
So what does it take to be a good compiler? Music compiler.
Yo. Yo, the compilers will speak for themselves.
Because you need a different, ne?
The compilers will speak for themselves, but I met one compiler who was not a DJ, and the station was doing very well.
Okay.
Right. You must, I think for me, just from off the cuff, I think you must have a good vision of what you're trying to achieve in the station, in designing the sound of the station.
Okay.
Ne? That's number one. And number two, I think as a compiler again, particularly saying from African language perspective, from what we grew up in, we started seeing other stations, they were able to help set a platform for certain brands. So you should develop some artists as well, you know, from your areas. Because if I'm saying to you, in this case, Lesedi is a global, is the biggest Sotho station in the world. So I must be able to identify potential talent from my region to expose it either nationally or internationally. You understand? Because if somebody wants Sotho, they must know Lesedi is the pool. So even from the hood, I must look at the guys that are, so from the music side, I would think, okay, we must find people that are valuable that we can support as much as possible so that we expose them to the world so that they know, you know. So I would look into that. I think your ear must always be on the ground. Number four, I think you must look into the themes that we're operating in. For argument's sake, now this is, when we're recording this is June. So we can say it's Youth Month in South Africa. So we're looking into how do we treat that musically. There's June 16 and also there's the World Cup. How do we treat that musically so that we are relevant? You don't just want to be playing Christmas songs in winter now. This is like so you need to be and also so you balance all those things and you balance with also what is on the ground, what the people are like. Because once you see all these platforms that influence music now, TikTok and you find out, okay, people don't care about these themes and everything, but also it doesn't mean you have to disregard them. You have to listen to, okay, these people like these songs now. Also, you must try to balance it nicely and also be able to be versatile. Because now, ever since this TikTok or social media spaces, music seems to be going in phases. We are all jumping onto piano. We are all jumping onto three-step, whereby other genres are suffering. And it sounds like we are all listening to the same thing from TikTok to TV to radio. It's like becoming monotonous now. So you have to still be cautious to see, okay, there are these sounds as well that must be getting a platform and there.
You know, I've always had an issue with radio. I think radio doesn't play homage to the original gangsters, the OGs. I mean, if you look at like Double HP, Proverb, Pro Kid, in terms of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm well versed in the hip hop in the hip hop space.
Yeah.
I feel like myself even, you won't hear Bo Call My Number, Bo Ayama as much as before. But if you had to compare it with the Tupacs and the Biggies in New York, they play every single day on the radio stations there. But here in South Africa, like classics just dwindle and disappear with time, and you are on to the next one, and you forget to remind the kids about the double HPs. I think my daughters don't even know double HP, you know, but they know Tupac, they know Biggie. Why is that?
I think from where we are, it's just a long journey of the musical journey that you're taking, right?
Yeah.
And we theme different days on the, like, for example, this is a Thursday. We can say on a throwback Thursday weekend, playing those old school songs and depending, but we are not genre specific.
Yeah.
We would be playing, okay, let's come with the TKZ song, let's come with the Zola song, let's come with the and balance it through. Because also, ever since the years that of the music that you're talking about to now there's so much music that is coming out. You're also trying to be relevant also. Like I was saying, you find that 4 or 5 songs are picking up on these social media platforms, and like, see these guys, because now that's how people make their songs viral. They would put a song and they would and once people are reacting to it, you would want it to be on your platform. You want these guys to come here while also trying to balance, not neglecting. There's just so many people that are suffering. When you look at the jazz, when you look at Afro pop, when you look at these people are suffering, and because most of our stations are not genre specific,
Yeah.
They are like in the America, you get something that just plays country music only. You get people that will play rock music
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
or metal. So here, particularly, we're just mixing everything. So trying to create space for everybody in terms of. So it's difficult to say. You would say for now, I will focus on the H2Os. I will focus on the squatter camps, and if we had a specialty station, probably we would have that. But also with them, they would still need to be moving with the times because the new kids are still coming, and you must also give them a platform as well.
So
That
is there a
element.
limited slot for like music played on radio? Like let's say there's like, for an example, 100 slots, right? And because you filled up the 100 slots this year, we get like 50 other songs. Do you remove 50 songs from the 100 slots to replace
yeah.
them with the new music? Is that
Yes,
how it works?
yeah, I would think maybe compilers would explain better, but obviously there's a cloud space, I would say,
Okay.
where I would say you can host so many songs. If
Yeah.
let's say your cloud says you can host 5 or 10,000 songs, I'm making an example.
Yeah.
And with the new music that is coming, obviously you're gonna see the songs that are not. The back end will indicate which songs are not necessarily working that much.
Yeah.
Then you start, and you still have to give new music an opportunity. These ones are testing. These ones are going up and stuff. So there's just a lot that is happening. Because hence for me, most people, one of the key mistakes that I've seen artists do, particularly this was during the CD era. Somebody would think once I brought my CD to the station, I've done my work. You're not Black Coffee. Black Coffee. All Black Coffee needs to do says I'm releasing a song on Friday.
Yeah.
Because you are a big artist, most of the people are looking or seeing you. You understand? So if you're still developing, I would say to you, after releasing that song, actually, make sure you identify the radio shows that would play your genre, right? And then make contact with them. You know, so that it's not like, no, I submitted my music there, you're not doing anything. No, that's part of the job. You must still market it. You must still say, okay, for now, what you can do, probably use it on TikTok because TikTok is there. Use it, just market it. It's not, you can't say, no, I have a song and people are not supporting me. Just, it doesn't end with your product. That's when the work begins. You have to go and knock at the door, say, this is what I do. I'm requesting for an interview and I'm. So now, for you to make that, there's multiple hundreds of songs that are released every day, if not millions. So now, for you to fight for your space in that limited thing, let's say we have 5,000 space, you must fight for a space to say, bruh, please check me out. Please check me out. Please check me out. Yeah.
I always say, like, the music business is about PR and marketing. If you don't have that in check, you're not gonna get anywhere. Your music is just gonna stay in studio.
Yeah.
Because it's constant advertising. You need to show up at interviews. You need to show up at podcasts. You need to dance with the latest trends on TikTok. You know, even if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have articles out there. You need to be on the Citizen. You know, you need to be knocking on all radio stations. You need to be at the best events, the biggest events happening, in order for your music to be heard.
Yeah.
You know,
last week I was asking some radio exec, not record label exec, how do you sign new artists now? They say, bruh, because people now produce their own music from their own back rooms, right? It's no longer just about music. We want commercial value. At least have 200,000 monthly listeners. DSPs.
Yeah.
So you understand, it's no longer just about I am talented.
Yeah.
We must find the commerciality of what you're doing. How many people have you seen on social saying, so and so is better than Casper? But Casper fills a stadium.
Yeah.
You understand? So we
you
want...
You can't mess with Casper's numbers.
You have to look at the commerciality of a person also. It's no longer just about I can play a guitar and I can do. People want to see you. That's all that matters. That work must still be done.
It feels like you are you are set for failure as an up and coming artist because the odds are almost against you. Like when you look at the numbers that you guys are looking for, you know, and all I have is music. Now I have to get these numbers. It's almost daunting and depressing and also not inspiring.
Discouraging, yeah.
It's discouraging.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone in that space to encourage them?
You know,
What strategy must they take? Because you want them. You just said right now, this is what I want. This is what the industry wants.
Yes.
How would you advise someone to get to where you want them to be?
Personally, I would say this is a personal advice.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is how the radio station works.
Yeah.
But what this is what I think should be happening is, there's this pressure of being on these DSPs, right?
Yeah.
And there's this pressure of trying to be with these big artists in these big stages. But you have to start somewhere.
Yes.
One of the key things that we saw with content was during the 90% era, ne? We were so blindsided, especially when we were starting, that we were only focusing on artists that were established. That's when we saw, okay, actually these new artists don't get a space. You understand?
Yes,
So now,
yes.
for me, it's important for, I think, anybody who has a platform, give new guys an opportunity, but not just new guys for the sake of new guys that have quality and show potential, and then that is the thing from bigger platforms. But as a young artist, that I would think, before you can look into the numbers that are demanded by these DSPs and or these record companies, work on from your own community, from wherever, start building from there.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, if
Find
you
your
come from
tribe.
if you come from the sort of element, you come from the Bapedi, Matkosa and stuff. There's your community. These are the people, the first people to relate with you.
Yes.
Build your community from there. Because once they start grasping you, they are the ones that will also start pushing you from other people. Start pushing. You will the more. If your crowd is small, you are still refining, finding yourself before you are exposed. Then you are working at it. By the time it will hit. Look how Commander came. They were doing tippy, and I started seeing people doing hip hop on top of horses. So to hip hop, you understand? I started seeing Baleloko. They were more Soto, but also they were doing political hip hop back then. But now, so start working with your community, and then it would grow. Look how Moswako came. It was something from that side, and then they brought it, and it became something big. So don't be overwhelmed by, okay, about 2 million streams, so you can and stuff. Where now you feel like I can't start where you are.
So you must start with converting your sister, your cousin, your mother into fans first.
Yes.
And your whole neighborhood in the end.
Yes.
What you just said is so true, because Bob Pro Kid, when he was coming up, he was cheering for Soweto.
Yeah.
Soweto's finest.
Yeah.
He would Southwestern Township.
Yeah.
That's how we get down, kid.
Yeah.
Boles.
Yes.
They represented their hood.
Yeah.
Which is the North.
Yeah.
He calls himself the North God.
Yeah. Look at Zola. Zola was literally Zola, na Pusha Zola.
Yeah.
You understand? There was also these things, he had neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah.
So that thing is still relevant even today. Though the market may seem there's a lot of things that we're looking at, but the journey is still there. You can start. Look at Lukompo now. Lukompo is where it is now because it started where it started from, and the people started building from it. So
even Amapiano.
Yes. So it's your tribe. Start there. They will gravitate. The moment they start gravitating to it, they are the ones that will be the ambassador of the genre or your music wherever they go. They say, okay, did you listen to this guy? Right now I was looking to this guy called Tumelo. Tumelo Mwashudi. He's a guy from Phil Jones Grown. He's based in Cape Town. How I saw Tumelo was in Germany. I saw this white guy singing a Sotho song. I'm like, who's this guy? Yeah.
Is he white?
He's white. He's a black guy.
Oh, okay.
From Phil Jones Grown. But they had a group, I think it was called Native Rhythm at the time. It's a mixture like, who are these guys that used to sing Doobie, Flesh and Ground? Ne?
Yeah.
It was a mixture of black people and
black people, okay.
Then I saw them there. Then I started following him individually. He sings such nice music in Sotho and Xhosa, and he's a guitarist. So these are some of the things that you start from where you are with who you are, what you're strong at, and then start interpreting it musically according to whatever that you want to do. Then start selling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nagi Mosotho.
Yeah.
Malefani.
Yeah, Malefani.
Yeah. And sometimes when I tune into Lesedi FM, I get like, I'm so behind Sotho.
Yeah. Yeah.
How important is it for Lesedi FM to keep it 100 in terms of Sesotho and keeping the culture there and still make it commercial?
For me, I wouldn't before I answer that, but I
Yeah.
would say the responsibility to preserve any language are the custodians of those language groups. Basotho ke badisa ba Sesotho. Batswana ke badisa ba Setswana. You are the shepherds of your language group.
Yes.
Right? And if in every sphere, whether it's academia, whether it's in poetry, whether it's in music or in whatever, you make sure that you represent your own languages.
Yeah.
Ne? So for why is this very important? Particularly if I don't want to talk for Lesedi, but as Lesedi as an example, as the biggest Sotho station in the world.
Yes.
You need to preserve that language. The moment you start compromising on it, it means you are killing the language.
Yes.
You can look, one of the people that I look up to are the Afrikaners. Afrikaners are one of the minute people in here. But they are preserving their languages.
Yeah.
An Afrikaner learner can learn from grade R to PhD level in their language.
Yeah.
No university across the continent.
Yeah.
From all those that got an independence from ways back, none of them has an influence that will be able to say, our kids are able to learn from grade R. If there are very few. So we need to, different languages, start taking their languages very serious.
Yes.
That's why a lot of the time they will say, okay, we look at what is happening in Orania. They want to go there, and it's a matter of just preserving your own people.
Yeah.
Preserving your own bloodline.
Oh,
So
I don't like it.
Now,
I don't like
now
the
we are
idea of
mixed.
Orania.
Now we are mixed. One of the biggest challenges is that you would have kids whose name is Kagiso but doesn't know how to even pronounce their name.
True story. Story.
One would be a Mosotho but not know a word
And
how to speak Sesotho. And it may seem like, this is what we're doing, and however, the language is dying. In the next 20, 50, 60 years, this kid will be an adult who will be a Tabiso. Who doesn't know what Tabiso means? So it is very important that stations, the African language stations, keep their languages, and the custodians of different language groups preserve their languages. The academic world, they must go and translate valuable content into their own languages so that they are able to trade in our languages. I was listening to my colleagues Baile Nogo Mexico for the World Cup. They're saying, bruh, the people here don't know English. They speak their own language here. They work in their own language here. Whereas you are preserving a people. You are preserving a language. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the crew and quiz whereby your language is going extinct while the people are still here. Now you can see family WhatsApp groups who only speak English. And now I'm a hoa amongst us.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They seem small, but these things go a long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for artists out there, man, who are Sotho, I think this is a brilliant opportunity to try remix Botrom Sotho.
Yes.
Or remix like do genres in your own language.
Yes.
Like get into Amapiano Sotho.
Yes.
I hear some sounds that hip hop. Hip hoppers are already doing
Yes.
it. They're already rapping in Sotho. But I would generally encourage like Sotho speaking artists out there to hit up Lesedi FM and jump into genres that we don't expect. Like
you can do a 3-step. I heard an Afro tech song. An Afro tech song, Sotho. Yeah. So because
so you guys would encourage that and you would embrace that.
It's important, and I'm not just saying Sotho only as a Sotho, but also watch the content that you speak about.
Okay.
In there, I'll make an example. If I come here and I write a song about my struggles, challenges, being neglected, for argument's sake, and I rap in Sotho, right? For this song to be viral, if I have to give it to DJs to go play in different clubs, who would play that song? Because the people that are at the club, they're popping. You understand? So also consider the content of what you are doing with a particular song.
And the production as well.
Yes. Because one of the key things that we saw is that we would have a Sotho song, but you can't give it to other DJs or other people to start playing it because sometimes the content will be difficult. If you say, I need this thing to be running in the streets, but the content is so rigid or difficult, it's not entertaining. So you be cautious. Don't neglect that.
Yeah.
Look at the song that just picked up now. I think a year ago too. Dikabang. It's a song that talks about family feuds and stuff, but it was nicely done in a piano way, and people started singing over it. So now, also be conscious of the style that you're going for. If now we are going 3-step, okay, start testing this thing. Say, okay, hey, there's a three-step song. Let's say we say now it's three-step. Now there's World Cup, for argument's sake. Let's see if we can play with words around World Cup and so. So now you start doing these things, and then you start bringing here, so that you become relevant. I did a song in Sesotho. The next thing you're singing about a blompot and singing about no. Also consider the content of what, because with that also, what I like about languages is that it's one of the ways where you transfer language to young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you come out using explicit words, those kids are going to sing that.
Yeah, true story.
So
true story.
and what we've noticed is whenever they start singing in their native languages, they don't use explicit words.
Okay.
They don't.
Okay.
Just fela aba start ba bua sekgowa sena. Hey, ba tla o bitsa bo F ba bangata fela. Like, what's going on, chief? You know? So those things are very important. Now, I would say if you're also going for music, I would suggest behind the scene, just learn how public speaking works. Just so you know how people express themselves in a public platform. That will influence how you write and stuff. Because now some people would use every F word as a filler on a song. So instead of, okay, let me get my point across and have a nice pool of words and to communicate what you want, rather than go to that word that is easy to say, No, F this, F that, F no.
You won't get played on radio.
No.
That way.
Yeah.
But now I would just like to put out a challenge out there to all the Sotho artists out there, or also Sotho managers, Sotho record companies, any Sotho like creative who's in music, right? To come up with our own genres. Why can't we come up with a Sotho genre? Like the Zulus are always beating us. They've got Gom.
Yeah.
I don't know who came up, what tribe came up with Kwaito, but I know that the Zulus have a lot up on us.
Yeah.
Batswana le bone ba tshwana le Basotho. We're not coming up with our own genres that are popping, like right now, like a new genre, just like how Amapiano came about.
I don't know if you know what you say. I think the reason this is happening is, back then when we used to have one producer, we would be producing different types of the same thing. I'll make an example. We had a Galawa, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
But you would know the difference between sound ya boom shack,
Yeah.
ya trumpis,
Yeah.
ya mafikizo,
Yeah.
ya bongo muffin, ya tebe. You understand? Or skido BOP. So you would know the difference. Ne?
Yeah.
And same we can say with Mdu. Mdu would produce Magapkap, Mdu himself, Mawilis, Mashamplan.
Yeah.
They would be different. But then what happened? Now computer music came. Now we started sounding
More
the
Fruity
same.
Loops.
Hence you start hearing Amapiano. It seems like it's the same. It's one song.
Yeah.
Multiple people, but it sounds the same.
But Amapiano, they sound the same because they share packs.
You see?
That have the same drums.
Because now when computer music came, we started using the same things, and now we start sounding monotonous. Now, what AI is also doing, I'm just going to deviate a bit, is going to enhance that. Hence, if you listen to all the AI songs, they have a certain texture to them.
Yeah,
that is, you can really pick it up. Oh, okay, this is an AI produced songs.
Yeah, I think we need to really get into AI. But before we go into AI, I want to ask you, if an artist wants to submit music, right? I know you're not directly the compiler and stuff, but you are part of the music committee, right? What are the don't do's that an artist, what do they get wrong from the beginning, whereby you won't even consider playing such a song?
That's the first thing.
Yes, okay.
And also there are levels to this radio edit thing. Sometimes we'd say we submitted a radio edit song, but when you look at the nature of the station, that's not the quality of the radio edit that we may need.
Okay.
I remember there's a song, it was not just banned by the state, but I think the entire institution. There's this song.
That's so trill. I think
that song was popping in the streets, but radio couldn't play it.
Why?
Because of the message that was insinuating.
Oh, so getting on top of the tables and getting drunk or Alex.
Your messaging must also be relevant. You can't be submitting a song and talking about rape. Like I'm going to rape you, or look at the people. Look at the content. Yeah. That's number one. Look at the explicitness of the song.
Yeah.
And then other things that are technical, make sure that it's mastered properly.
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't just want to be sounding like an unprofessional station here. Because whether it's any language station, it must sound professional. This is the elite. Once you come to a national station, it's an elite level. You cannot be taught these things when you're at that level. And then make sure that your songs are registered. Probably with all the collecting societies and stuff, so that we don't just play any song for the sake of this is Kagiso who released a song. What's happening behind? Because there's an ID track there's an ID for the song, so that we know we can trace it wherever it plays and stuff. So those things, once they are there, at least you can And also, just because you have done all of that, like I said, from the platform side, the platforms are looking for good quality music. You can't say we submitted, therefore it has to play. There are people, that's why people curate playlists. Because you want a certain quality of music on the platform. Yeah.
From someone like finally getting through, right?
Yeah.
And getting playlisted on Lesedi FM. Can you explain the process after that? After my song gets played, what is the process that happens behind the scene that eventually in the end gets me paid? I get a SAMRO check. I get an SMS that, I got this amount of money.
Yeah.
And when I get my statement, Lesedi. What is the process behind that?
From my side,
happens?
I would say from content side, probably let's say you are a breakup artist now.
Yeah.
And you see your song you've done the work, it's getting viral, and okay, cool. It give you attention, for argument's sake. So, this, like, let's say for argument's sake, let's make an example about that Gumba song. It's popping up from social media, and you see, okay, this guy is doing very well, and people are responding nicely to him. Let's give him a platform further to enhance what he's doing, right? If he's doing very well on social media, and you find out that he has not mastered his track here, I'll make an example.
Yeah.
You have to assist him. Go do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, your track is doing fine. Then once it's doing well, we'll call you for an interview. The song will expose you. But nonetheless, for it to be played, there must be those things that I spoke about. It must be registered with the collecting societies.
The cue sheets must happen in the background.
Yes, once that is done.
That's what I wanted you to talk about.
Yes, then it starts going back to the compiler's office now. Then they would use it, to see, this song, maybe it can go to the charts, it can do then it starts doing all the rounds. But when as an artist, it doesn't mean you need to be sitting because one station has jumped in.
Yeah.
You must continue to do your hard work and go to other stations to make sure that you get the same thing. Once those things are in order, at the end of the day, you'll see a considerable check.
Okay. I want the guys to understand that when a song plays on radio, every time it gets played, there's a royalty being paid in the background.
Yeah.
And that royalty is actually captured through the cue sheets.
Yes.
So no program on radio and TV is allowed to play any music without completing that cue sheet.
Yes.
And that's what happens in the background. That's how the money trickles into your wallet.
Yes.
That is the process.
A lot of the time they will tell you guys, submit your cue sheet so that at least the owners of these songs are able to at least benefit from their work, since you are, so because we don't just want to do stuff. So there's also that technicality that affects DJs as well. Hence, people must get licensing DJs to be a DJ, a practitioner. So, at least the people are getting their reward from their music being played by people that are not necessarily producers. So that element is very important. The cue sheets are very important for the custody, for the owners of the music.
Do you have a love and hate relationship with AI?
Yeah, for me personally right now, yes.
Explain yourself. You don't use ChatGPT?
Look, it's not just about the end product.
Yeah.
It's also the why we are doing this thing.
Okay.
If for the song to come out, there's 5 or 6 people behind it, it means we're creating employment.
Yes.
Versus if a song here that sounds so perfect, and you look at me, Chief, you're not arcade, you're not babyface, and you can't be mastering and producing and playing all those instruments alone. Yeah. No, Chief, we would have known about you from a long time ago. You understand? Yeah. And so it's not just about the end product. It's also, again, the people that are behind, that are employed for this thing. I've seen platforms. I think it was Traxsource when I released a statement saying, for the songs that you submit, they must have at least certain element of human touch. There would a number of people that are involved there. So for me, AI one, when you talk to AI, we talk about AI from the African language context. I believe whenever technology is introduced is to enhance something.
Yes.
Right? But what it's doing in our languages is not pronouncing the words correctly.
Yes.
Even if the song is viral,
Yeah.
if we were to bring it on one of the stations that is supposed to preserve a particular language group, and they are playing it, you are killing that language in the future because people are not pronouncing the words correctly.
Yeah.
So for me, if you're going to go AI, the words must be pronounced correctly.
Yeah.
Number two, get enough people on the site also, because it's not just about the end product. It's about the people that are involved there. They're employed.
Yes.
You know, there's such a shortage of job opportunities now. So whatever that we do must always consider that people must still eat, people must still live, people are making a living out of this. And what computer music was doing was to making people sound similar or monotonous, one directional. Now AI is enhancing that. So now those we're still looking for people to interpret different things according to their understanding of what they're trying to take out. So you would want that variety, not to sound. If you were to play AI songs now, they have the same texture, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
True story.
Yeah.
So you've developed an ear to hear what's AI and what's not AI.
Yeah, I could pick it up probably from the first or second song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because of the lyrics or the flatness of the music?
I would the terminologies are the same.
So how you catch them out is actually the vocalist.
The vocalist will do, and also like we were saying with piano, it seems like they use the same packs. Everybody will say, okay, put in a choir there. The choir is gonna be singing behind us. I'm like, chief. This is not going to work for us.
Yeah.
Probably it can work on other platforms, like on social media, on you can use it on TikTok, you can use it on whatever. It can be viral there. But here, because we're not just trying to entertain you, we are trying to also empower people here.
Okay.
You understand? So that's that. And radio, when you talk about spins, I think radio is one of the highest that is still paying today.
Yes.
Versus. Getting your music on these platforms is very important.
I see, like on Spotify, I think there was a song that was number one, and that is AI. Do you think that will ever happen with radio? Like a song is like number one on the top 10.
Yeah,
playlist. It will never get that far. You guys don't accept
it's tricky.
AI at all.
Let me tell you, it's tricky, to be honest, because you would want. I think for me, to make this thing easy, we must have a policy for every platform.
Yes.
Whether it's TV, because you can imagine if you have to submit an advert and it's done via AI. I was talking to a cartoonist here over the weekend. You were saying there's a brand that designed an advert using AI. They had to hire about 80 cartoonists to come clean what AI was doing. You understand? So I think the first thing that the reason I'm saying it's tricky is because we don't have that much of a policy that we can say we can revert to when we're talking to this. Because sometimes a song is doing very well as an AI song on the different platforms. But if you don't have a policy, it's neither here nor there when we get here. We can take it or sometimes. So now, once we have a policy, I think it would be able to guide, okay, these are the songs that we should these are the things that you should consider when you take an AI song. For now, I think there's still a bit of a chance for them, because some AI songs, they are done in English and they sound very nice. Then probably those may be played. Some stations, I know they don't deal with AI music.
Does Lesedi FM deal with AI music?
I don't want to talk for Lesedi.
In your experience, do you deal with
when somebody requests an interview at okay, I have a song, it's an AI song. Hey, personally,
you stay away from it because it breaks down. It kills the whole value chain, like you said. Like the writer doesn't eat. The producer doesn't eat. The engineer doesn't eat. The manager doesn't eat. Even if you do a video that's AI, the stylist doesn't eat. The DOP doesn't eat. Like, it's killing a whole value chain and ecosystem of creators. And also, you spoke about policy. I mean, policy would go back. Let's look at copyright. I mean, AI just learns people's music or even images, from images to writing to music, without permission. Like, you'll find that the elements that someone is submitting to you, they took those elements from my original music that I've
Yes.
worked 10 years to
Yes.
make. Now these billion-dollar companies are creating this machinery to do this, and they leaving me out the culture. And I'm the one that's been fueling the culture for the last 10 years, right? As like an L-Tido or all these greats that have been making music for forever.
Yeah.
AI just learns it, spits it out, and someone just submits it.
And you're excluded now.
And I'm excluded.
Yeah.
And I'm not compensated,
Yeah.
at least for this big machine learning my music.
Yeah.
I think that I thought you were going to say that first. I think that's the elephant in the room. That is the only problem I have with AI. I think AI is a good tool. There will always be technology that gets introduced.
Yes.
I mean, back in the days when they first came up with recording music, the live performers were like worried.
Yeah.
And they didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because it was killing their bread. They couldn't perform now live.
Yeah.
Now you can play their music at home instead of going to their shows.
Yeah.
And they they saw that as a threat, and they said, no, we're gonna lobby against that. We don't want this new technology.
Yeah.
But here it is.
Again, the next level of this. Yeah.
When electricity came about, now
The candle guys.
the people, I mean, there's so many things. The keyboard was introduced.
Yeah.
A lot of things in music were introduced because of electricity alone, right? It advanced us to the next level.
Yeah.
Then we started seeing MP3s,
Yes.
where music was being bootlegged now through
Yeah.
MP3s. Your songs could be all over the world, but you only released one copy, and it worked against us, Then there's streaming.
Yeah.
So as you can see, like, technology has always been there with music.
Yeah.
And it always harms us sometimes as musicians, but we always adapt. And I think with AI, it's the same. We're going to have to adapt, but there's the copyright elephant in the room, that this thing is just stealing, not asking permission, stealing your style that you've worked on for years, and takes that style and gives it to the world.
Yeah, I can easily
Without compensation.
prompt say, okay, give me Kabza style.
It won't allow it.
Yeah, that's
It won't allow it now.
Oh, okay. So
Mara, it will.
But
if you say I'm a piano, maybe it will take out something like that.
give me a
without
song design a song based, then I can prompt it, say, design a song based on this kind of sound,
It
and
will.
then,
It will.
Or you look at the BPMs and say, okay, Like
Yes.
for example, I was looking at the Kwaito BPMs. I think we were between 90 and 110, right?
Mm.
So you can easily prompt it. So give me a 90 BPM song that is in this Then the songs are going to be monotonous. For me, especially talking about the DSPs, right? I really think there's something predatory happening that side, and in any industry, whether it's music or the guys that are doing this Uber and because a lot of the time you are the producer of the music, you do the hard work, right? And then you get the music on these platforms. And now, because they are also an entity that are trying to make a profit, they would say to you, you must get so many streams for you to get a pay, right? And now, what happens if you are a regional artist? You don't have 200,000, you don't have 1 million streams. So it would mean whatever opportunity that you get, you're going to tell people, guys, stream my music, but you don't have 500,000 people. You don't have 2 million people. So in that way, the platform is getting some value from your attention, from the people that you're pushing, but you're not getting anything back, right? So for me, now what I'm seeing is other artists are doing very nicely these days. They're also coming back with this issue of music sticks.
Yeah, I think they should do that. Yeah.
The USB, because if you have 200 people,
or even vinyls.
They're
going back to vinyls.
If you have 200 people that are supporting you, 200 people buying something from you for 150, it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
It's not like that empty thing whereby 200 people listen to you and you're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
So I would still say consider those things. I think one of the key questions that you must ask AI based on the point that you said is, how do we benefit from AI while preserving other people's jobs? You understand? Because now at the end of the day, if we are just going to blindly absorb it, soon enough there won't be people that have enough money to buy anything.
True
Because
story.
it's replacing everybody. Even with I was making an example with this Uber and everything. These guys would be owning taxis, owning cars and doing da 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 da. But you find out he's driving, is pouring petrol, paying, but the bulk of the money is going to the owner of the platform who doesn't even own a car. So they are working, and for So even with music is the same thing. So you find out who owned the music, who has done most of the work. You are not getting much from the very platform that you think it will expose you, because now they are trying to make profits. They would continue increasing the numbers to say, give us 2 million streams a month, only then we will pay you. When are you going to get 2 million people? You're not a Maporisa, you're not a
It's
Black
crazy.
Coffee.
It's crazy.
So
It's
there
crazy.
must be, I really think, for me, I would think if we could get the people that give these people, authority that gives these people a license to operate in our domains, they must help regulate this thing. You understand? To say,
And compensate.
Yes, you must help regulate to say, Chief, my people must not get draconian contracts here. How does a developing artist benefit from being on this platform? Because I don't want people to be sending 20,000 people to your platform and they don't get anything. Chief, what a robber.
Yeah, well, Rob.
You understand?
And also with these platforms, there's so much influx of AI music, like on Spotify and all these. They accept it, but now what they're doing is that they are vetting like real artists and AI artists. And the real artists, they're giving them badges.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a badge, that means you're likely an AI artist.
Oh, okay.
They look at like your profile, how many, when you first created the profile.
Yeah.
Some profiles were created before AI even existed.
Okay.
And music was released before that, and they also look at the numbers, all right? And they also look at your social presence, social media presence. If you've been active on Facebook,
those
and
things are important.
Because a lot of AI artists don't have profiles.
Zero.
They don't have a history.
Yeah.
They just have good sounding music.
Yes.
And you can just see the cover that this cover is not real. It's not a real person because of the AI art. But the catch is the minimum amount of listenership must be 10,000. And then a lot of artists don't have 10,000 listeners.
Yeah.
On Spotify, so they're not gonna get badges.
Yeah.
So there's a catch, you see.
So it's
like the AI artists are not gonna get badges, and the real artists they don't hit those numbers like you are saying. You're not Black Coffees and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's just unfair.
So for me, for us to protect the industries, I think from the authorities we must be able to regulate these kind of things. To be honest, we must really put measures to protect your people.
Yeah.
I was saying this thing with these platforms. I'm looking at, earlier we were talking about content. I'm looking at the kind of content that we see, whether it's X, it's Facebook, it's that are operating in South Africa. You can't easily leave your phone with a kid now. Why? Because of the content that is on these platforms.
Yes.
Hence, I'm saying they must be kind of like, to some extent, to say, bruh, if you're going to allow you to operate here, for this industry, this is what we want. For this one, this is what we want. For this one, otherwise, you're not going to operate here. Otherwise, you are just coming to milk our people, and they're not getting anything. And the next thing, we are the ones that are left with the problem of unemployment. People are suffering, depressed, and all of. So we need to be sitting up there and saying, guys, here, I'll make an example with this cartoonist guy that I was talking about. So he was looking at some of the practitioners in Australia. Australia doesn't allow any content that is explicit. He was saying on the public domain, when you are doing anything educational, they don't want anything, these games, whereby this violence and stuff, they don't tolerate that such thing. Because he's a cartoonist, he would sit on those boards and they would try to see, okay, how other countries are doing this. Because whatever we project now is what we are teaching. Media is, I think, it's a big university that you are, whatever content that you're projecting out is what you teach in the communities. So we need to make sure that whoever we allow to come teach here, they stick to our values. They protect these people's jobs. They do. So it's not just about, oh, this is popular. Elon Musk is here with his X, and remove porn on that thing. Remove these vulgar words from your platforms. If it's Netflix, if it's whatever, remove these kind of scenes. You remember when you grew up, just people who started approaching each other to kiss each other, you would just go to
Yeah.
each other.
They would
But
switch-
now,
they would switch the channel.
a
Your parents would
13-year-old a PG content on these TV platforms and whatever, it would be something that is maybe 16 to 17.
They still watch it.
They still watch
Even
it.
18.
Yeah, because that thing is left unregulated. I really think we really need to put our foot down and say, all these international platforms that want to operate here, please meet our value system and meet what we want, and then you can operate. Otherwise, you're not helping us. You are killing us.
It's just like with, like you said, with Australia.
Yeah.
They put out a
Yeah.
law that
Yeah.
if you're not 18, you can't go on social media. You know?
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We must be that firm. Otherwise, in the next 10 to 15 to 20 years, we would not know who we are, because we don't change you don't change in one day. We know we are going this direction, but slowly compromising, you all of a sudden change. You compromise. In the next 50 years, you find yourself going this way because you compromised. You still have to keep your north at your north to say, we want this on our platforms. We want these values to our people. We want people to benefit like this. We want to, just so whatever else that you do, make sure that these ones are covered. If not, go elsewhere.
I hear you. Radio is dead. That statement.
No.
I've heard it so many times. And radio always came out the hero. When I heard that statement.
Yeah.
I heard it when I read about it.
Yeah.
I was still small, but when I read about it, when TV came out, people were like, radio is dead. Because radio came before TV.
Yeah.
And people were like, radio is dead. It's 2026.
Yes.
There's TikTok.
Yes.
There's Instagram.
Yeah.
There's you can even listen to radio on your TV.
Yeah.
On your phone.
Yeah.
People spend 90% of their time on their phone. Do you believe radio is dead?
No. No, radio
What's your
dead.
take on that?
Where? Radio is not dead. I already said to you. Let's start about languages.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
These are the platforms that are sustaining languages, right?
Yeah.
They're not the only ones, but here, people in their cars, they listen to radio.
Yes.
You understand?
Every car comes with a radio.
I can't be watching, you are driving and you are listening to, there's a radio in your car.
So does it come with Spotify as well?
So the thing
Spotify is there as well.
So what's happening is, again, when we grew up with different radio stations in our homes, né?
Yeah.
Then you see, once we start getting independence, people will start saying, gravitating to whatever, saying, okay, now I only listen to YouTube, up until you miss what was in the foundation. You go back to say, okay, I'll be seeing a guy who's highly academic.
Yeah.
And he's waiting to listen to that radio drama.
Yes. Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
He's waiting to listen to that radio drama. Hey, because why? It takes him somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then by that doing, also the people that are around them, they start also gravitating. Oh, okay. Yeah. Time on like this thing. So now it becomes something. The stories our radio is dead, it's been coming through generations. And it will come probably still in the future. But we're still here.
Okay.
Radio is still here. Yeah.
What role is radio playing now that artists? I mean, I heard Nadia Nakai say, now she feels like radio is not breaking artists anymore. Artists are getting broken on TikTok and social media and stuff. How true do you think that is?
Obviously, with this new media, there's some sort of power that it carries.
Yeah.
However, those platforms are uncurated.
Yes.
Yes. And like we were saying earlier, radio is still the one that pays.
Yes.
The highest rate when it comes to radio spins.
Yes.
And so we can't say it's irrelevant. You can't be ignoring it. You can't be just what has happened Gaga social media. It has made things difficult for an artist whereby you release a song, it's only popular for 2-3 weeks. Then another hit is coming. So So and what we found, especially with the piano guys, we ended up seeing they don't do interviews because they're forever either once the song is popping, they have to capitalize and go to the shows and doing stuff. So now we're not building brands. So by the time the hype is dead, we don't know that you were the one who sang that song. We've not seen you. You've not, you know. So for me, radio is still relevant because now it's a trust. It has been there for many years.
Yes.
Once we start coming here, there are people that don't listen to the station because they're listening to me. They listen to the station because they are the fans of the station.
Yes.
If I was to go, they're not going to follow me. They are still with the station. So you have to go to those guys and say, hey, Chief, look at me. I'm Nadia here. This is the genre that I'm doing. And you go to different language groups and. Because now, though we may say we have TikTok, we may does everybody afford data?
Yeah.
You know? Does everybody afford data? Radio is just there. You just need to plug it in and then we're good to go.
I think between radio and social media, they're totally different experiences.
Yeah.
I think the one experience is one-dimensional. The other experience is three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Radio is three-dimensional for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like the curated element of it and the unexpected conversations that happen there. Even the songs are unexpected.
Yeah.
You know, you get tired sometimes when you are on Netflix or Spotify looking for whatever you are looking for. You know, when you're on radio, you discover new things.
Yes.
You know, you'll be listening to your favorite show, then a new song will come up.
Yeah.
So there's a huge opportunity for discovery on radio as opposed to social media, because social media only feeds you what you want to see.
Yes.
The algorithm feeds you what you want to see.
Yes. And
if you go to YouTube, for instance, I won't find the latest releases because it's a search engine. I have to be looking for I have to know what I'm looking for.
Yes.
But with the radio, when I experience radio, the conversations that are there surprise me sometimes. I didn't know that this is happening in the country.
Yes.
Or I didn't know. It's like almost a mixture of a live podcast. Like the things that we are talking about now, they're happening on radio right now.
Yeah.
People are talking these conversations right now on radio.
Yeah.
And you've got these radio personalities that are really good at their jobs, right?
Yeah.
And they captivate you and feed you information on a daily basis. And it's not a repetition.
Yes.
But when you go on social media, you'll get a repetition of what you saw yesterday.
Yes.
You'll still be talking about what you were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
The main topic, it will trend for like a week or two. You'll still see Nota's videos that were played, like that you saw yesterday.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But with radio, I tune in, it's a different topic.
Yes, because with radio, you are like, okay, we need to service these people. These people have different needs.
Yeah.
You know?
It's refreshing.
Yes, whereby there by TikTok, if we take it musically, we would be focusing on a particular genre that is popping at a particular time.
Yeah.
But here, we still know that in as much as my piano is popping, there are people that like jazz. In as much as my three-step is popping, there are people that like gospel music. There are people that like Afro-pop. There are people that, so now we do all those things. Over and above, there are people that like choral music. You know, these are the platforms so that we don't take the dust just one-dimensional to bring it here.
Yeah.
We still need to be compartmentalizing things. And it's not just about music. Now, there are people that want to hear, are there opportunities for young people to either go look for employment or for them to get funding? You need to talk about these things and bring them here. Are there somebody who needs to talk about, okay, there are people being kidnapped now. Let's talk about security and safety. These people are here. There are people that are talking about scamming. So you are bringing all these things here on a trusted platform, while you still is a trusted platform also with the language that people are understanding it. Okay, no, can this? Mino is a credible person. When Mino said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, Mino, Mino man, I said Mino. When Mino said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to look for it because I trust it. Most of the time, people are busy with whatever they're coming here. Whenever they listen to you, they know you're going to give them something because they trust you.
Yeah.
So they would come and say, Mino said, be careful of that scam. Mino said, this song is popping. Mino said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the new brand. So I'm just going to go there. And whatever he said, I'm going to get it. So radio has that. Out there, it's not curated. It's everybody and anybody that would come and tell you, guys, you don't even have to go to school to get these things. Chief. Chief.
Before we close off the conversation, I want to hit you with a curveball.
Ooh.
Do you think Payola is real or not? In my experience with you guys, I've never paid Payola.
Yeah.
Not with just you guys.
Yeah.
I've never paid Payola in
Yeah.
my whole career.
Yeah.
And since I've known you as a music lover.
Yeah.
You will tell me,
Yeah.
like, this song is this, that,
Yeah.
that. Change this or it won't work.
Yeah.
And it's just, our relationship has been like
Yeah.
that. I think you've always been professional.
Yeah.
You've always been kind
Yeah.
and patient.
Yeah.
You know? But I've never,
Yeah.
now for me,
Yeah.
like I swear
Yeah.
by my life.
Yeah.
I don't know Payola. You
Yeah.
and Payola
No,
don't
no,
mix
no,
and
no,
whatnot,
no,
but
no, no.
I want to, from a general perspective, from radio, does Payola exist?
You hear about it across from
Yeah.
the industry peers when you talk about, they would talk about, okay, yes.
Yeah?
But hell, I don't know. I for me, I would rather say, Mino, we are rejecting your song.
Yeah.
Just work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Ne? And then rather than take your song while it's compromising,
Yeah.
maybe you pay me
Yeah.
and I play it.
Yeah.
The next person says your song is trash.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't do justice to you.
Yeah.
You understand? So I know there are people that would say there's big amounts that they've been paying for whatever.
Yeah.
That thing exists. But it all goes back to, I want to be able to be walking in the streets and not having to look at my back that's so-and-so said, this one took my what. This
Yeah.
one rejected an opportunity for me because I refused to give him what he asked for. For me, everybody's a good chance. It's a fair chance. As long as we're bringing quality products. If it's not quality, I will tell you work on 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't necessarily crush you to say this is trash.
Yeah.
I'll say either submit a better song or on this one, work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not radiomatic for now.
Yeah.
This is what we're looking for now because there's seasons into radio and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, you have to also consider those things as well.
And-
But I've heard about it. There are people. And Payola is not just about people that are receiving it. It's also that are willing to pay it. They're
Yeah.
also corrupt, equally corrupt.
Yes. True. In my experience with you guys, you've even called me if you've heard a song somewhere.
Yeah.
You guys will call me and say, this song fits our radio
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
Can you submit the song
Yeah.
and give us a copy of
Yeah.
the song? Because it goes and aligns with the
Yes.
radio station.
Yeah.
So in closing, what would you like to tell the youth out there in terms of the space that you are in? How can they get in your space? Someone who aspires to do what you do, how do they do that?
For me, you must look at the era that you're living in. You
Yeah.
obviously have to know technology, understand a bit of it,
Okay.
right? Understand the digital space, how it works.
Degree-nyana.
Yeah,
Or
knowledge is important. As I'm
diploma.
saying, for me, for me, I don't want it to be one-sided, so to
Yeah.
say, right?
Yeah.
Hence, I'm saying, I would want you to know public speaking, just so you know
Yes.
how to speak,
Yes.
right? Know your language that you want to broadcast in. If you want to broadcast maybe in Sesotho or any African language, know that and an English language as well.
Okay.
Be proficient in both of them.
Okay.
Ne? And number 3, you have to understand technology in terms of learn this digital marketing. Just know how these platforms work.
Okay.
You live in this era. If you also, with radio and stuff, I would also have to consider knowing how to DJ. I will put it around there because you're going to be working with a lot of music. You understand?
Okay.
So in that way, I would also add people management. You're going to be interacting with a lot of people, different characters and stuff.
Yes.
Ne? So these things feed into what comes out because it's not just about you knowing these things from the communications course. It's also about knowing how to express it when you hear it. It's knowing how to your way around technology, whatever that platform that we are using at the time. You have to know how to navigate yourself there. It's knowing how to interact with people. There's just a lot of it. It can't be just one-sided thing to say, I got a journalism thingy and then I'm done. So you have to think. And at the back of it all, to be honest, that's one of the things that I was saying when I was talking to the young people at UJ. Carry your values through what you do. Because if that is not accurate or it's not well in place, you're going to be doing what you're doing but harming people instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where can people catch you?
At Kagiso Sebudi at all platforms.
Thank you so much for blessing us. And you are blessing my brother.
No.
Keep shining.
No,
Sharp.
Thank you.